welcome back to the channel, everybody. So I got a really cool one for you today. A lot of you guys already know how to do this, but for those that don't, I'm going to show you how to customize any Hot Wheel car today. Today we're going to be going over the Rocket Oil Special, one that in my opinion they kind of ruined whenever they did the rendition of it. They put some ugly wheels on this thing and changed up the design of it just a bit. So what you're going to want to do is drill out those two posts. There's one in the back, the circle, and the one right there. So here's what I use, just a little electric screwdriver with a drill bit on the end of it. So that'll work. Once you drill out those two posts, you don't want to go too crazy with it, just drill it out. And then you can then take the car apart in segments. So here we have the base, and in this case it is a metal base. Wow, I wish we could focus. I'm sorry about that. There we go. So you got those two tabs holding the wheels on. Now I don't want these wheels, so I'll basically bend the axle to no extent trying to get them off. Probably going to need two hands to do this. Nope, maybe not. And same thing up here. Just really don't care about these wheels. So I wouldn't recommend doing this with any other wheels you're going to try using in the future. Oh well, so we'll have to use two hands for that. Definitely use two hands, be careful. But you want to take your body, and if you're going to be changing the color, I use paint stripper. I put it in a jar here. It's called Citrus Strip, and it comes in a jug or a spray container. Now mine actually came in a spray container, so I just sprayed it in this jug. Be careful we don't drip any paint stripper on our other vehicles that we don't want to strip the paint off. So you want to leave it in the paint stripper for a while. Probably a couple hours, easy. Let's move these other cars out of the way, as a matter of fact. Those are some wheel swaps that I just did. The Oldsmobile's been out for a minute, but I just did a couple other ones there. And we got some candidates here for future stuff. I already did the MC12, but I want different wheels on it, so we're going to chuck this into my little garbage box down here. Let me pop this off and show you what we can do next. Alright, so whenever you get the wheels off one way or another, you have your base to do whatever with. Now I'm going to actually paint a little bit of this interior. Just the seat right there and the steering wheel. I actually use paintbrushes and acrylic paint. If you have spray paint, it'd probably work a lot better. But to get into those hard to reach spots, that's where you need a paintbrush. So we're going to do that one now. And here's the little miniature glass. I'm going to leave that alone. And hopefully work on the focus on this camera. So let's let this thing get all the paint stripped off of it. I also use wire brush to pull the paint off. I use Gorilla Glue to glue it all back together at the end. And I got these Crayola pens, or markers, which I don't recommend using because they're not permanent. They look great on whatever you put them on, but they're not permanent. So you could easily, I use the silver for undercarriage and suspension and stuff like that, but let me give you an example. You do that and it rubs a good amount of it off, even though it didn't really show it. But as you see, it's on my thumb, so try to find something permanent if you're going to be doing stuff like that. But let's let the paint come off of this thing, let's do a little bit of interior work, and find some donor wheels. I have wheels sitting here in my little container. Let's see what we can do and make this thing look better. Alright, so back to the custom that I forgot about. We got a Rocket Oil Special in here. It's been soaking for quite a while. I don't recommend dipping your hands in here like this, but I don't have anything to dig it out of there with at the moment. Check it out. So I'm sure all this is just going to fall straight off. Apologies for all the trash, but this was my little trash bin for my workroom here. Display room, workshop, whatever you want to call it. So look at that. All the paint's coming right off. I'm going to go wash all this off of here. Get it good and stripped down. Again, I don't recommend having your bare skin on this, especially if you have any kind of cuts or scrapes or anything. It's not going to feel good, so I know that from experience. So let me go clean this up. We'll go on to the next step, painting. And so, here you have it. Kind of an off-road style to it now. It's not glued back together yet, so that's why it's moving. I need to touch up some spots, but I really just wanted to revive this thing and make it look a little bit better, so good roller, needs a little bit more paint, it's done. All you gotta do at this point is glue it back together and you should be good. I should have chose a different wheel because the axles are sticking out way too far, but looks better. So there you have it. Got some other stuff here I'm going to be working on soon, so stay tuned. I'm out. Thanks for watching.